Good evening, Kenya. Good afternoon elsewhere. Good morning elsewhere. It's been a while since we spoke. Last month was a very, very challenging month for me. And today I'm going to talk about the counselor's grief. Last month, the month of April 2021, was very trying for me and my family. I had my eldest sister that at one point in my life played the role of a mother to me. Very, very encouraging, very supportive. Suddenly fell sick, although we discovered that she tried along the way to be very strong for everybody in the family. And she was taken ill. We all thought we had COVID. We were scared. We didn't even talk about it. We had her put in a facility that had COVID patients until we discovered she was not COVID positive. And we had to transfer her to a hospital near home as we waited for further tests and results. And quickly, my sister became worse and worse. And we finally lost her. And on the 27th of April 2021 was the last day my sister took her last breath. And we buried her on the 4th of May 2021, which happened to be the same day my son was born. And when I talk about the counselor's grief, it's important to note and accept that counselors are human beings as well. I am human, and I choose whatever I tell my clients is what I want to allow myself to experience. Going through the phase of shock, numbing, denial, I went through all that. As I could not believe, I had very high hopes because 2 days after my sister was admitted to hospital, she had kind of fully recovered, telling stories, and I went praising I'm a Christian and thanking God for a miracle, and I was there telling my colleagues, my friends, that our God is a miracle working God. But looking at everything in retrospect, my sister gave us a chance again to be with her, and I think I'm more than grateful for her having recovered the first time. She was put on oxygen for 2 days and she was out talking very well, and then a few days later she went down again with breathing issues, and her organs started failing massively, every organ now, the liver, the pancreas, and the day that I felt this is too much of anxiety, thinking about what could have gone wrong, thinking about what's happening to my sister. And one day I just told the doctor, I want to know the truth. That's when somebody gets very tired with denial, numbing, shocking, anxiety. You want to know the truth. And the doctor told me we are actually operating on the red zones. I said, what do you mean? Red zone is end of life. And I looked at my nephew. I looked at, the doctor, and I could see he actually meant that my sister was negotiating the last stage of her life. It wasn't easy. I looked at my nephew. I wanted to be strong for him, and that happens most of the time when you have family members and you think, you believe you're the strongest and you really want to be there for your family members. I played strong, and of course I did. I think I did at that time. I swallowed in all the shock, all the numbing, and I said, I need to accept this truth that my sister is leaving us. And apparently we were together for 3 months. It's January. We were living under the same roof. And she came home from up country, and she used to talk a lot about afterlife. She used to joke a lot about children because she spoiled children. Her grandchildren were spoiled. My nieces and nephews were spoiled by my sister. And every time I would ask her, are you really spoiling them? She would say, these ones are the ones who are going to sing on my last day. And I would just think she was joking. And I think she was really talking about her end of life. And so I found myself also getting very angry at myself. Like, why couldn't I see it happening, that I'm going to lose my sister very soon? I could have done probably something to make her not to go. It's just human to think that you can actually prevent somebody from dying. And yet when I look at what the family did, everybody did their best. We gave our all to my sister. For the 3 weeks that were very trying, when she got pretty unwell, everybody gave their best. I could see it, and she even said it. You guys, you love me so much. You've done so much for me. Allow God to do his will. And basically we were thinking that she says God is going to heal her. God is going to make her recover. And we were there hopeful. But a point reached, the breathing became very, very bad. And she was struggling for breath. And we watched her on that oxygen machine. We watched her having those feeding pipes. And she was struggling to remove them. And the time we felt that now things are pretty bad, nobody was talking to each other, but you could feel it. There was always this anxiety. This person, you might lose them. This person might not go. I went through all the roller coasters of those bargaining moments. God, you could give us maybe 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years. And especially after we discovered from the doctor that she had cancer stage 4 that had gone for many years undiagnosed. What I don't understand about the counselors is the fact that we try to be very, very strong for other people. But I have realized it's also good. If you want to be strong for other people, accept your space. Accept what is happening to you. And I guess that has really helped me a lot. Yesterday, I was able to go back to the hospital where my sister took her last breath. And I sat there, I said a prayer, I experienced my physiological senses and messages. And all I could feel is like if the pillow was there, I could have hugged it. So I felt a sense of fulfillment of some sort. I felt like my sister was in a very peaceful space, and I felt very nice. And when I got home, I was saying, I'm feeling nice. And I had gone there to really feel that I can still negotiate this. I have been to that hospital to give a mental health talk. And again, at that time, I could tell, like that morning, I was a bit anxious. That night, I did sleep very well. And so these are the things that people go through. The subconscious mind has material it stores. And if you're aware that could be it, it's easier to negotiate. So even as a counselor, let us not forget we're human beings. Probably the only difference between we and probably the non-counselors is the fact that you can make sense of what is happening in your life. But that doesn't mean you don't go through what everybody else goes through. The only thing that is different is that your experience may be unique because of the level of information, the level of awareness, the level of exposure, and the level of having that daring spirit that I want to face this. I want to know how it is. So I haven't gone to the depressive episode, and I don't see myself going there. I honestly tell you that because most of the times when you find people getting to the depression stage is when you still are stuck in denial, you still are stuck in anger stage, you still stuck in bargaining. For me, I have accepted my sister is well rested with the angels. She's no longer going to be with me. But I want to document every good thing that she left for us, every good message, information that she said that was magical, that was very helpful. I think the last 3 weeks of her life changed a lot about myself and about how I view death. I think she made me become quite courageous in terms of facing death, in terms of facing our vanities, you know. She made me see it's always good to try and live for other people. It's always good to give your best. My sister gave her best to everybody, and I always used to tell her, you're very rich. And one thing I know is that when the people are dying, we always asking what they're feeling, what is their pain. But my sister was one courageous person. She taught me not to fear death, in terms of not to fear to really go to the next world, because if it's time for you to go, you definitely go. And for counselors, what I would encourage us to do with therapists, because this is for us, this is for you, it is good to seek support. I've had amazing support from my fellow counselors. I've had amazing support from pastors that I relate with, amazing support from Catholic priests that were also very close to my sister, the prayer group. Support is critical and we all need it. I've had amazing support from my friends abroad. I don't know what to say to Professor Goris. I don't know what to say to Charles in Boston. I don't know what to say to Agnes in Delaware. I don't know what to say to you, Nancy, to you, Shiro, to you, Catherine. You know, all of you in Massachusetts, you've been great. Kibara in the UK. You've been amazing, amazing, amazing. And very many other people that have supported me with kind words. You've supported me materially. I wouldn't say you left me out. For my Kenyan colleague counselors, you've been amazing. The Counselors Wellness Platform, IPCC affiliate counselors, you've been amazing. Oh, my students at African Nazarene University, you've been amazing. I don't know. You really touch my life, my students. You know, you made me feel that I'm so special to you, and it's left me humbled in a very big way. And may God bless you and bless you mightily. And my colleagues at African Nazarene University, you've been amazing. And where I live, Thika community, I have a few very close people that were very, very supportive to the family. Well, I had to accept very many things during this time, that my sister passed the mantle to me to lead the family. Her wisdom I will live to share. Her courage I embrace. I think I have seen my sister courageous throughout her lifetime. I want to pick that. And that reminds me, when we also having closure as counselors, we are typically not different from other people. We want to carry those memories that are beautiful, those memories that are awesome. We want to carry them to the next generations if we must. And finally, once somebody accepts that this is the way the situation is, you adjust and move on. And so Dr. Susan Gitau is taking the steps she had already taken before my sister fell ill, before she got pretty worse, and after she died. I haven't done any YouTube presentation, but I'm back. I'm back to serve you, to serve the world, and to give the best. Thank you. God bless you.